In the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic, Mazunte, a beach resort in Mexico, has lived through natural disasters of every sort. After 3 months of plummeting tourism, a tropical storm in June battered the town. A fire destroyed the seafront's wooden buildings, and then, last Tuesday, an earthquake hit. Demetrio Pacheco is the town's sheriff. He has been tasked with leading his community through tragedy after tragedy.
80 or 90% of our town makes its living from tourism. So with the pandemic, then the earthquake, then the storm and the fire, you can imagine how desperate the situation has become for many people here. But we haven't lost sight of our responsibilities. And one of the things that characterizes us is that when facing emergency, we are very united.
A fire brought them together. The community came out in force to stop the flames advancing, and the ensuing celebration at their success calmed rising tensions over the tourist ban, which nearly resulted in an uprising.
These beaches here on Oaxaca's Pacific coast have been deserted since mid-March, when visitors from outside the state were banned. And while the measures have been successful, with the region reporting relatively few COVID-19 cases, the local economy has suffered enormously.
Some were here on holiday before the pandemic struck and decided to stay. Ray Hutchison from Malibu, California, has been sheltering in Mazunte.
I prefer to stay here. The town's done a wonderful job of just making this kind of an oasis. Plus, I'm a visitor, so I have to be very conscious of not adding any more fear to the community. I don't get too close to people. Everybody helps each other. So I know it's hard, but I think Mexico is resilient.
As countries start to reopen, the town faces a double hit to the local economy.
Now that we're returning to the new normal, the people who spent the quarantine here are beginning to leave, as they are able to return to their home countries. And now we're not seeing any new people arriving. So things are beginning to become more difficult, and the community is worried about how we're going to survive the next few months.
Residents have survived the pandemic, a tropical storm, a fire, and now an earthquake. A longer-term question is how its economy will survive the new normal. Alistair Baverstock, CGTN, Mazunte, Mexico.